I believe that you always have to have strategy. Always, always. If you're not doing something intentional, you don't know where you're going to end up. It's like getting behind the wheel, turning on the car, and just driving with no destination in mind, which is all fine and well. I did that once from Vancouver, and I wound up in San Francisco. Tons of fun. It's fine. But when it comes to your business, it's not so good because you want to make money. You have to make money or you're not in business. So to me, funnel equals strategy. And it can look all different kinds of ways. And so, yes, I love it. Does that answer?
Yeah. Yeah. The reason why we are talking funnels or sales strategy today is because in August and September, I started talking about like, fuck the funnel. You don't need to have a sales funnel. It does not need to look like that. And you don't need to have it. And it started to cause some pretty big waves in the coaching industry. And my reason behind it, and then when I talk to you, Nicole, it's like, Sarah, you're saying you don't like feeling like you're in a funnel sometimes? Yeah, me either. You know, I'm just like, hurry up, tell me how much it's going to cost me to read this because obviously I've got into your funnel somehow or being bombarded by all kinds of things. So for me, I was like, you don't need to have it. Not like that. Not in a way that looks like everyone else's. And you don't need it to get started. The opt-in, the PDF. I went on a rant one time. Somebody asked me when they could download my PDF. And I was like, watch a video and take fucking notes. Hold on to that piece of paper. That's your PDF. Thank you for calling. You know, because I think that so many people are intimidated by it. You know, they don't see it as fun. And to create an opt-in, one that's going to build their email list, that they've got to have a PDF or some other freebie that is just, or a 3-series video or what have you, they find it really, really intimidating. But when you put a spin on it like you do, Nicole, with your vibrant purple hair, and you talk about strategy, listening to where they are, meeting them in that place, and helping them see the next few steps for them, like, man, that's so much easier, or it feels easier to me on this side.
Yeah. And I think too, it's important to know that nobody has to have a specific opt-in gift that's like anybody else's, right? Like you have to figure out what is fun and easy for you and what your people want and what you want. Because when you create something that is a piece of you and your style and your work that you can give away that is enjoyable, it's enjoyable. So, and it flows. When you're creating something with stress and because you have to, and that energy sits there too. And what happens almost across the board with everybody that I talk to, is they create an opt-in gift that based on what some expert told them they should do, or I don't know if expert's always the right thing, but I mean, somebody who's got selling something online and convinces you this is what you have to do, then they do it. And then nobody opts in. It's because you don't know who your audience is, or you don't know how they respond to, or what they're looking for. There's just so many variables. So this is what I teach. I teach people about how to create an irresistible freebie. And the first thing we do is look at your purpose and what you want to accomplish and what's the next step. So that's the funnel, right? It's all about steps. Mm-hmm. So what leads to what, to what, to what, to what, and what do you ultimately want to, how do you want to work with this person? And then we create something based around what's fun and easy for them, also recognizing that so I use different levels. So there's the attraction level, which is getting people there to the page and the traffic and all, and then the cultivation level. So once you've got somebody's attention, then you need to have different opportunities for them to connect further with you and deeper with you. So that's the cultivation level. So there's low, medium, and high investment. So for example, a one-on-one strategy session, that would be a high investment because what you're asking for there is somebody to commit their time A lot of times people feel like they're going to be sold, so they have to step through any fears around that. And even though somebody might go, this is the most valuable thing, you get my time, it's a very high investment for your potential client. So then there's the medium investment, which could be a wonderful opt-in gift if you want to do that. Or it could be a webinar, or it could be anything where they have to give their email address or some amount of time, but they don't have to have that one-on-one direct personal connection with you. So even like this, right? We've got a bunch of people here. They can like peace out anytime and no one will be the wiser and there's no repercussion for them. So this actually would be the low. This would be very easy. So something like this, or, if you write an article or a blog or something where people can access your information without actually giving you their email address, that is the low. So sorry, I kind of went through with like medium to low, but so there's all these different levels of cultivation. There's no one way. So you have to have a PDF because in order to build your list. That's complete bullshit. Like people here may be enjoying this and then they may want to have a deeper connection. Just go with it and allow for opportunities for people to connect with you without having in your mind, this is how it has to happen, because that's how you push people away. And that's how you stay customerless and clientless.
Yeah. I love it.
There's my rant.
No. And I think there's so many things that you said there that I want to dig like a little deeper on. But one, you mentioning about having the one-on-one session being a high investment. I think so many people lose that. Like they don't see that as being such a high investment because, hey, it's time with me. Ooh la la, And then
I won't schedule a one-on-one with somebody unless I've already vetted them and I already know that there's somebody that I would want to work with because my time is valuable to me.
Yeah, right? And I hear the flip side of that where there's coaches that are like, don't you hate those freebie hoppers that just hop from one free call to the next free call to the next free call, just trying to get as many things for free. And it gets to a point where sometimes it feels like, get off your high horse a little bit. Like I'm just going to say it like, fuck, your time is not more valuable than mine. I don't care who you are, how many figures you got in the bank. That doesn't make your time any more valuable than mine. So seeing that, having you bring that point up was golden, absolutely golden. So,
well, I think too, though, you can't compare, right? Like I don't sit there and go, my time is more valuable than yours or your time is more value than, it's just not a comparison. My time is mine. So I choose how to spend it. Your time is yours. You choose how to spend it. So I think when the point that coaches and other service-based entrepreneurs miss when they're saying, I'll give you a free consultation, is that the person who is the prospective buyer, they have their own perception of their time. And if they don't value their time, then there's a good chance that they will be hopping from consult to consult to consult without ever really wanting to buy, but just to get what they can out of it. And if we worry about that, and if we think about that and we try and screening's important, that there's definitely value in screening. And, there's a whole nother topic, but if we screen to a point where we do get that high and mighty air about us, then we are going to push away the people who are going to be our best clients. Because a lot of people, it's not that they're not willing to invest. It's that they don't, number one, believe that they're worthy or they can afford it or they have the time, or there are all these different stories, and nobody has shown them anything else. So if you give your time generously without expecting something back, you're going to find that your people find you, and they may have been searching for the right person forever. But then if you are just allowing and, oh, wow, that's pretty obnoxious. Huh. Well, that's not going to happen today, ding dong lord. So yeah, if you if you just give without the expectation of what you're getting, the right things are going to flow. And then, I mean, you'll get things like ding dong lord coming around. And if you stress about it and worry about stuff like that, then it can ruin your day. So don't worry about idiots like that are freebie jumpers or, trolls or whatever. They're not worth it.
Exactly. Awesome. So one more thing that you had brought up that I thought was so interesting to finally hear someone else saying it instead of me just thinking it, talking about giving your email address and that having a cost to it. Like, I find that so many people just expect it. Like, you're just going to get this email address and that's the way that it's going, you should just be willing to give that. And to me, like, no, like maybe you need to work for that a little bit before I let you into this space that I visit daily. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you pass that on to your clients as well? That's not just something
I mean, it depends. It depends on what we're working on. It depends on their mindset. But sometimes it's not even worth talking about, in my opinion, with in my experience, because I think it's important that people understand that the email address is of value. And so sometimes people get caught up again in that kind of high and mighty idea that, I created this wonderful content that I could sell, but I'm giving it to you for free. So all you have to do is give me your email address. Well, some people may not see the value in what you're giving away for free any more than you see the value in just an email address. So I think it's really important to respect the email addresses and recognize too, when you get that, that's trust. That's somebody giving you permission to connect with them. I was talking to somebody earlier today, in fact, about my list from the summit. And I actually expected more people would peace out after the summit because, they may have come for us, John Lee Dumas or Jay Fazette or one of the speakers that I had on there or the people that I interviewed, so I didn't think they'd stick around that much, but about 2/3 of the guests that are the attendees from the summit are still on my list. And I even sent out something today because I'm enrolling into my coaching program right now. I'm only working with a maximum of 16 people very directly and, working on their strategy and everything each year. And the next group starts February 5th. And so I just sent out an email this morning about that. And in it, I said, like, P.S., if you know that you don't want to work with me, now's not the right time, or I'm not the right person, that's totally cool. Click here. I won't send you anything more about the academy, but I'm still going to keep up with you and send you freebies and contests and all that other good stuff that I send, because I want people, I value them, even if they're not going to be a customer ever. They may be not a customer today. They may not be a customer next month, next year, maybe not ever, but I don't care, because for me, being myself and creating that value and giving, I have to do it. And I want people to feel valued. And I think I think it's so important, and people miss that when they get caught up in that, we got to start a business. You've got to do this. You've got to do this. You've got to do this. And they're like, I just need to get my list built, and I just need to get people on the list. I don't care about building my list. I care about making connections. There's people, I don't have their email. And if I do, I don't know, but I'm still going to connect with them. I'm still going to give value. The only time I pull it back is when I get the sense that they don't respect me. I will not tolerate that. So I've had people message me the weirdest things. I'm very giving with my time and my support and everything. But if I get somebody who's sort of expecting it for free, like I'm like, they're doing me a favor to exist, then I just can't be bothered with that. So that's where I have my boundaries, but until somebody steps on my boundary line, I'm very, just let it flow.
I love it. I love it. So I know that we're just about out of time here, but one more question for you is what's something that you would, how would you remind your clients to show up as themselves, aside from them just seeing that you very clearly do that and you showing that, but how would you remind them that they can build a business that is authentic to them?
Well, telling them, but that people don't believe words. They believe experiences, and you can't, I don't feel like, I probably never could have been told anything until I had the experience myself. It's just like with children. If you have children and you tell them, don't put your hand on that stove, they will put their hand on that stove knowing they're not supposed to until they burn it, and then they'll never do it again, or stick their finger in the light socket or whatever, right? So I think it's the same. People can hear all day long, you can be yourself. But if they've got feelings that their self isn't good enough, or that there's something that people won't want to see, or whatever other mindset stuff that's going on, they can not understand. It's not that they're not trying to, it's that they can't, because they haven't had that experience and that real comfort with who they are. So I do a lot of work, especially when we start working together, with mindset and with getting to know yourself first before you start working on your business. And sometimes people don't like that, and those aren't my people. Like, I love them. And actually, that's why I created the challenge. That's why I created for free the Master Your Mindset Challenge, because there are so many people that are just wonderful people, and I love them, and I would love to work with them, but not today, because they're just not in that space that they're ready. And I think it's important. People don't like they want to jump. They want to just go, and they want to get their dreams now, and they just want to know what to do. And it's like, you don't even know who you are. You don't even know what your purpose in your business is. So we need to dial it back, keep doing what you're doing, while at the same time we're working on digging deeper and uncovering those hidden, like that genius and that passion and that something that is not an effort for you to be. So you can still do what you're doing and make your money, and in tandem, go deeper and build really the foundation for something that's going to be a lifetime of joy.
Awesome. So your challenge, does it run all the time or specific dates?
Yeah, no, it's evergreen now. So it started about 2 weeks ago, I think. I let the first person in, and so it's evergreen, and it's going to stay at businessbuildingrockstaracademy.com/challenge. So right now it's on the homepage because it just is, but eventually it'll be at that.
So Business Building Rockstar
Academy.com/challenge. I know it's a mouthful. It's a lot of letters. Thank you.
Like that. Did I get it? Yeah.
I hope so. If we click on it and it goes to my page, we did.
Awesome. So is this how you like to introduce people to you, or how can they connect with you in a way that if they're like, wow, I get to really dig deep into myself and learn about myself and build my business in tandem with that? How do they work with you? How do they find you?
Yeah. So that's a great way. If they're sort of in that space where, like I said, they're not ready, but they want to be ready. Like, they're ready to be ready. And you only know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a reason for it, because you don't know what I'm talking about. So if you're ready to be ready, but you're not ready yet, then it's a great way to do it, is the challenge. and you get a feel for, I mean, it's really just email communication for the most part. So I created workbooks for every one of the 15 chapters in the book. And so I send emails every couple of days prompting you and supporting you and reading the chapters and then giving you questions and workbook exercises. And then there's a Facebook group also where we can connect, but it is minimal contact because again, it's free. And let me tell you, in case you don't know, people charge a lot of money for programs that are probably not as comprehensive as what I'm giving here. And I won't do more than that. I think it's enough. So if somebody is just not at that place where they're ready to invest, but they do want to work with me, it's a fantastic introduction to me. It's a fantastic value. They're going to get so much out of it. If they know that they're looking for somebody to work with, hit me up. You can message me you can tweet me on Twitter. It's at Nix, the name, NICZ or Z. THENAME. So Nick, like that's my nickname, Nick, but with a Z instead of a S. Nick's the name at Twitter and otherwise Facebook. You know, find me on Facebook. There's only one of me. I mean, there's lots of Nicole Hollands, but only one with purple hair to my knowledge. So find me there. Yeah, that's the best. And for working together, we just have to have a conversation. Like I don't have a sales page or anything like that. It's just a conversation. And if it's a fit, awesome. If it's not a fit, that's awesome too. And I'm not worried about giving away sessions.
Awesome. This has been so much fun. I'm really glad that we met last week and connected and that we got to play like this today, even though there might have been a little hiccups at the beginning. This has been so much fun. So grateful to have you here, and hopefully we can connect again soon and choose another topic that we're going to blab about. You know?
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you so much for setting this up, and thank you to Sarah and Janice. Was that the first person that was here? Who's gone, and everybody else. Thank you guys so much for being here.